Welcome back to Cord Cutting Today, where we break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting, including today. Walmart has bought Vizio, or has a deal to. It has to be approved by regulators, but we'll tell you what that means for cord cutting, as it looks like Walmart's going to start manufacturing TVs. The Disney Movie Club, where they would mail you physical Disney movies and Blu-rays and DVDs, is shutting down as DVD sales and Blu-rays continue to fall. And Tubi, Pluto TV, and the Roku Channel are some of the most watched streaming services, not just of free streaming services, but of others like Paramount Plus, Max, and Peacock, just to name a few. We'll break down these stories and a whole lot more here in this video. If you're new here, could you help us out? Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, let YouTube know you enjoy what we do here. It really does help us because then YouTube knows to recommend our videos to more people. And if you want to learn more about anything we talk about, I will put a link to each story down in the show notes and in the first pinned comment. You can read about them there for yourself, and I'd love to hear your opinions on them. All right, let's dive into it. Starting off with Walmart will buy Vizio for $2.3 billion to fight Amazon and maybe hurt Roku. We'll see. Yesterday, as part of its earnings, Walmart announced a $2.3 billion all-cash deal. Oh, I wish I had that money laying around, but Walmart apparently has $2.3 billion to do this. This move will help them grow their ad business as they fight Amazon and try to take that on. Now, Walmart already has a TV brand called On. These are just white labels. They don't actually manufacture the TVs or make them. They either run Roku TVs or now Google TV, not Android TV, Google TV OSs. And now, though, this will give them their own OS system, their own streaming service. The Vizio ad-supported free streaming service will be there to help them sell ads, grow their market. It'll be interesting to see if they maintain a custom Vizio system, if they'll switch to Roku or Google TV and then build their own on top of that. We'll have to keep a very close eye on this. Now, this is subject to regulatory approval. What does this mean for cord cutting? Well, it's one more massive player in the ad market, which is good for smaller services. Could be bad for Roku because that's how Roku really heavily relies to make their money, is on advertising and subscriptions. It helps Walmart diversify and maybe make Walmart Plus a little bit more attractive as they try to compete with the Amazon Prime service. Amazon Prime gives you access to streaming content. Maybe Walmart Plus will now. Let's see how that impacts maybe their Paramount Plus partnership, where you get free Paramount Plus through Walmart Plus. We'll keep a close eye on this, but Walmart is making a hard dive into streaming and into TV manufacturing. I don't think even once they close, we're going to know the full impact of that for a few years. These things often take a few years for the companies to kind of, whatever's happening now is going to continue happening for a while, just because there's projects and momentum behind them. And then then Walmart will come in and make changes to Vizio slowly over time. So we may be a while until we know the full impact of this purchase, but we're going to keep a very close eye on it. All right, anybody remember the Disney Movie Club? You could sign up to the Disney Movie Club and they would mail you physical Blu-rays or DVDs of popular Disney movies. Well, this is now going to be coming to an end. Late last year in November, they stopped accepting new signups. Well, now, as first spotted by What's on Disney Plus, coming May 20th, the final orders will ship. Account credits should be also spent by that time. If you have any credits, you need to spend it by that time, or you can request a refund from Disney customer service. With this, Disney's continuing their move from physical medias into Disney Plus. A lot of these movies they were shipping out through the service there to the Walmart, to the Disney Club, or ones that are just streaming as part of a Disney Plus subscription. Makes sense that Disney would probably want to move. There's probably a lot of costs in shipping physical DVDs and media, manufacturing them, and other costs of customer service, postage, and the like. So they're pushing one more time people over to Disney Plus. It'll be interesting to see how that all plays out. But anybody here ever subscribe to the Disney Movie Club? Anybody here get those monthly DVDs or Blu-rays, or maybe back in the day VHS? Love to hear from you. All right, we have Nielsen's new The Gauge numbers. This takes a look at the world of streaming and how different services are very popular. And once again, Tubi, Pluto TV, and the Roku Channel are some of the most watched services, not just of free services, but of paid ones also. For example, Tubi, according to this, is the most popular ad-supported streaming service, making up 1.5% of all streaming. The Roku Channel is 1.1%, and Pluto TV is 0.7%. Now, YouTube TV, or YouTube, excuse me, kind of a different one, is number one with 8.6% of the market. Netflix is 7.9%, Hulu 2.7%. But it's very interesting to see how this all plays out. For example, the Roku Channel and Tubi are both more popular than Paramount Plus, that made up just 0.09%. But it's interesting to see how close like Tubi is to things like Disney Plus, Peacock, Hulu. For example, Tubi makes up 1.5% of all streaming, Peacock makes up 1.6%, Disney Plus 1.9%, and Hulu 2.7%. So free ad-supported streaming is getting very close to major streaming services. You still have big ones like Netflix at 7.9% and Amazon Prime Video at 2.8%. But you probably may have thought that would be even a bigger market share. And we've seen some of that fall. One of the biggest movers in January was Peacock, jumping ahead of Tubi. Probably have to credit a lot of that to the new NFL exclusive playoff game, where they had a playoff game exclusive to Peacock. Probably helped as people stuck around and streamed a bunch of content since they paid for the service for a month. Let me know, did you do that? Do any of these numbers surprise you? Leave me a comment and let me know. Speaking of the Roku channel, they are adding 8 new channels, including things like Pickleball TV. With that, Barney, Unspeakable, American Racing America, and other channels have been added. Full list in the show notes down below. This comes as recently the Roku channel added Golf Pass, Bull, Lassie, and other classic NBC Universal content. Full list of everything added to the Roku channel in the show notes down below. All right, Comcast is facing a lawsuit over the voice recognition software they use in their cable boxes. You ever where you press a button, you speak, and it will tune to a particular channel? I know I have some family members who are elderly who use this because they can't see what channel number they typed in on the screen. It's much easier for them to say tune to ESPN, tune to NBC, than it is to try to type in the channel numbers for those. Well, there's a company that says they own a patent, and they're suing Comcast over patent infringement, and the judge has ruled that yes, Comcast must face this lawsuit over its voice recognition technology. Not a huge impact, but it could impact the new Xumo streaming boxes. It'll be interesting to see if this patent will also apply to those. I would assume so, but we'll have to see how this all plays out in court. These things are quite often very common. You know, even if you believe you're 100% in the free clear, not using their technology, they may believe you are, and that's where the judge has to decide. And these things can get crazy technical and go either way. And these things probably take a very long time, and often companies try to sell them because it's cheaper than paying the lawyers sometimes. So we'll see what happens there, but could impact Comcast and Spectrum's new Xumo streaming player. All right, Google TV executives say they hope the television will become the new hub of your smart home. Now, this isn't a new idea. Many companies are trying to do this. Increasingly, homes are becoming smart devices, smart speakers, doorbells, sensors, security systems, and more. The question is, will people want to manage them through their TV or through that phone or through a smart speaker? That's an interesting. I think that people probably use all three depending on where they are or what they're doing. But I bet the phone for the foreseeable future will be how people continue to manage their smart homes, smart locks, security cameras, and similar features. But Google really wants to make Google TV much more compatible to manage not just watching television shows, but maybe your security cameras, seeing who's at the front door, changing the temperature in your house, all through your Google TV device. Let me know if that would be something that would entertain you, something you'd be interested in. All right, there is another lawsuit targeting an illegal IPTV service. This one included 10,000 pirate channels. Dish has sued a California resident saying that they are running an illegal IPTV service offering 10,000 pirate channels for $10 to $15 a month. You probably see these illegal services. They're getting shut down as fast as they can, and Dish is one of the largest companies going after them. Be interested to see how this one plays out, but the increase in what was once a civil penalty is becoming criminal. A lot of these people are also facing criminal charges under new U.S. laws. Be interesting to see if that continues in the months and years to come. All right, let's dive into a question of the day. Now, if you have a question for me and you want it to be answered, leave me a comment and let me know. Start off with something like a question for Luke. Now, earlier this week, we reported how Paramount and Peacock or Comcast, were looking at merging Paramount Plus and Peacock into a single streaming service. One of the questions I got from a lot of people is, will this be good for cord cutting or will this be bad for cord cutting? And that's a tough one because it could be both and we just don't know. Now, it's been reported that the two companies are looking into merging the services into a single service. There has been reports that they will also continue to be offered as an individual service, much like how Discovery Plus merged into HBO Max to form Max, but Discovery Plus remained as a cheaper option for people who just want Discovery Plus. Very possible to continue here. I think that's a very likely situation, but we'll have to see. Plans are not finalized from what I've been told, and anything could change and the deal could fall apart still before it gets announced. All those things are possible. But is it good for cord cutting? That's a good question. Now, in theory, it could mean a better deal. Bundling Disney Plus into HBO Max, creating Max, was far cheaper than getting both of those services separately. So if you're a customer who wants both, then yeah, this is probably a great deal because you're going to get probably a discount versus subscribing to both individually. Could help them become more profitable, which means they could make more content and more. The downside here is if they only offer that bundle and you don't care about having both, then you're kind of out of luck. The good news is there's so many streaming services out there that if you decide that's not one for you, well, Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, Max, and many others will happily take your money. I do think that we'll see more and more bundling and combining like this. I've said this for years. There are more streaming services on the market today than the market can support. Some of these services will not make it, including some larger ones. Now the question is, will they merge in or will they shut down? We may see some of that movement this year, but I think we're still a year or two away before companies start running out of money that they've stocked up and need to make hard decisions on, do they continue, do they sell, do they merge? And a few big name companies could be in that moment, but definitely many smaller ones. So we'll keep a close eye on this. Leave me a comment, let me know what you think. I'd love to hear from you. That's it for today. Take care, be safe. I'll be back again real soon.